back in the treehouse.
It is.
You know what I mean? Speak on It podcast. It's your boy Weezy in the building. Got my boy N.O, Jinx, old Shaky over there. We got our other partner, Beast Smoke, in the building.
Yeah.
So if y'all see a new face, that's who it is. Beast Smoke in the building.
Yeah, I made it.
We're gonna get back into it. If y'all watched the last episode, we was talking about why our brother N.O left New Orleans. So we're gonna jump right into that and see why he came to the ATL.
Why I came to the
You know what I mean?
That was a good choice.
Where he loving it at.
It was a lovely
One of the
choice.
better decisions he done made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
believe
saying?
it. One of the best decisions I've been made for sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
Leaving New Orleans, I left New Orleans for a chance, be honest with you. I wanted a chance to really get to see this, live this life and see this world.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 16, when the murder capital was New Orleans, I was 16, 17, so you know, you was in the mix.
Right.
What part, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a uptown baby.
Oh, okay.
The 12.
So to be exact, I'm from the 12 wall,
Oh, okay.
but uptown New Orleans.
Shout out to the 12 Ward.
Yeah, and so at the era of all that, when y'all were being introduced to the hot boys and all that shit, all them from uptown, all that's our life at that time, right? And you know, it's only a matter of time before it's your turn. If you got 450 bodies,
Right.
imagine how many people got shot. Eventually, you're gonna get your turn to come around too, and maybe you make it, maybe you don't. But yeah, I wanted a chance, and then shout out to my family because of them, I was able to get the chance. Because I had family in Minnesota. I didn't come straight to the A. I went to Minnesota first. Went to Minneapolis when I was 20 years old. Shout out to my cousin Danielle for opening up her door.
20 years old.
20 years
That's
old.
a big step, man.
20 years old with Sharon.
Yeah.
She with my wife.
right,
She
right.
came too.
Shout out to Sharon.
I said, I remember the day, for one, it was like a group effort to get me out of New Orleans, right? It was a group effort. It was I remember I had a two-door Regal sitting on some candy paint, nice rims. Stunning hard. 212s in the trunk, 4 6x9s across the back. 18, 19.
Old school.
And every day, me and Sherman had just got an apartment in Carrollton, Lil Wayne neighborhood. And every day, I used to pull out the apartment with them, y'all remember them chip phones? Flip chip phones?
Yeah.
They had just came out. Well, people had just started
huh?
chipping them. So I was cutting up in my mind. I had an old lady, I had an apartment, I had a car chip phone. And my family is the heart of our neighborhood, right? My family is the heart of our neighborhood. Y'all see me go home every October for the neighborhood celebration. My grandfather created that, right? So it just goes on. And every time that house that I be filming that they coming out of, that's the house I grew up in, right? So every day I pull out the driveway, my phone rings, routine. It'll be my cousin, Danielle.
Right.
What's up, cuz? Shit, chillin', what's up? But grandma told me,
Give me some.
you need to get up out of New Orleans. She was in Minnesota. The next day, my cousin LS. What's up, cuz? But when you leaving from New Orleans? So it was a group effort. So it started putting it on my mind like, man, I need to get the fuck up out of here.
Right. They start talking to you.
My head started talking to me, so went to Minnesota. Went back, brought a lot of people with us from the neighborhood. So we was at home.
Right.
In Minnesota. Stayed in Minnesota for 9 years, back and forth. Then decided I wanted to go back south, but not New Orleans.
Came home, basically.
Came home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember,
I like the way you put that in. He came home.
That's
came
real
home,
shit.
yeah,
Because you know,
man.
Atlanta have the birthday bash every year. That's every year around my birthday, June. So I was for like 3-4 years, I was coming to Atlanta for my birthday every year. And then I come down here, I'm looking around like, damn.
Shit hard, huh?
Niggas black people do everything down here. Drive all the big equipment. Like black people getting the money down here. I'm like, I could live down there. One day, same cousin. Cuz when you get from Minnesota, it's time to come back south. Like, And so that's how I get to come to Atlanta. Came to Atlanta, and they've been on and popping ever since.
Yes,
Best
sir.
decision you ever
But
made.
started out
Ever made.
vacationing.
Started out vacationing.
Ended up making a move down.
Now my life is a vacation.
That's how most people come to Atlanta.
Hello.
Oh, I like that. Say
They
that
like
again.
that.
I like that too.
Say that one
huh?
more time. What you
Started
say?
out coming to the
Hey.
A on vacation. Now my life is a vacation.
Hello.
Man, what's up right now? I like that.
Shout out to
like
the A, man. But hold on. I caught a lot of slack about that black and red episode, right? So you can see I had to come and represent. So don't nobody call my
He
phone,
was almost
you know?
out of uniform.
'Cause we
Like,
representing
lucky
the
that he
day.
signed off on
So-
this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. We
I
like to
got a
come to this
lot
whole episode.
of
You know
text
what I'm
messages and phone call like, hey man, what you doing with all that black and red shit on?
We got enough firewood. There's no reason for you to bring more firewood to the
to the show.
That nigga brought toilet paper.
all that firewood, man.
That nigga got
Burn the
toilet
whole
paper
house.
running
Boy,
around
you
his
rub
neck.
your ass with that championship ring, you gonna cut all your ass up, boy. Toilet paper is the fucking losses every year.
Hey, man, that's crazy. Yeah, man, we
That's a good story,
That's-
man. That's all
that's
right.
crazy, man.
At a
So
young
that would
age,
be-
you made a
met you some
decision
brothers,
to change
man.
your
Met
life
you some
forever.
real
You know
Atlanta
what I'm
brothers,
saying?
man.
So I
went to the
respect
A
that.
and met the old NWA.
Respect it.
Yeah, that was a real decision, and it was. And I remember my uncle Ali. My uncle Ali told me because I was struggling with the decision back and forth. Shout out my uncle Ali. He said, "Nephew, you know, this shit gonna welcome you back if you won't come back.
Mm.
It ain't going nowhere. So go see what it is out there. If it don't work, then
Spread your wings.
come on back."
You know, it's gonna be
Always
it.
come back.
So when I met you, how long had you been here?
In the A, shit, probably like not even a year.
Not even a year.
I came to the A in 2008. So
Oh yeah, it wasn't a year, cause that was 09.
yeah,
I remember.
2008.
That was a pivotal time when you came to a crisis.
It was a fucking pandemic, but Barack, but everybody was struggling.
Yeah, it was
And-
That's
a lot
when
of
the house
people
crisis was.
And this, I'm about to tell you, this how the A so beautiful. This was the A so beautiful for me because I was trying to buy a house in Minnesota for maybe 3-4 years. It just couldn't happen. And I had a goal to own a home by the time I'm 30. That was my goal. I need to own me a house by the time I'm 30. Came to the A, I was 29 and a half. It was November.
Right.
And by December, I had the house.
Yeah,
That's
what
crazy.
they'll do for
Why
you,
was that important to you, owning a house about 30?
Man, it was a lot. Financial
Stability.
stability, somewhere to make sure that my children grew up in the same house right now. All of them went to the same middle school, elementary school. They've created a foundation for them to be able to build on for themselves.
Right.
So
They got a
Really?
home. They got a home.
they got a home,
They ain't
man.
bouncing. Oh, we stay here.
So you bought a house,
Where they
made
say
it
they
a
from?
home.
I brought a house, Sharon made it a home.
There you go.
Hello.
I brought a house, Sharon made it a home.
Big shout out to Sharon,
Yeah,
by the
big
way. You know
shout
what
out.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom
Used to always
what my
say
homeboy
that.
say? I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a
that's dope.
fan. So yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean,
Took a chance on a young knucklehead. Real shit.
It worked out.
It worked out in a major way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
wouldn't say
crazy.
that.
So you would consider that probably one of your best decisions you made,
What's that?
moving to the A.
Moving to New Orleans moving from New Orleans is the
moving
best
from
decision
New
I
Orleans.
ever made.
And the best
Moving to the A was the most lucrative decision I made.
Yeah. Okay.
Cause I met some real brothers, right? And who, just the key about the people that I met in the A, which is y'all, they don't care, they ain't holding the game. You'll be surprised how many niggas you meet that know shit that won't tell you nothing about it. Or sit next to you and watch you starve while they eating.
right.
Speak on it.
But when I got here, they don't got no problem sharing the game. And that's how we all connected.
I hear that a lot, man, and maybe I'm oblivious to it. Right?
Yeah, you are oblivious to it because you the one who do it a lot. You share a lot of game.
But you normally hear that from people on the outside. What I mean by that, people that move to Atlanta and be like, man, but you go New York or Chicago or LA, niggas just, they safeguard information. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got a safety valve on the information. Down here, everybody trying to help one another.
You know why I say,
I
you know why though? I think it was because it don't. I could tell you how to do it, but if you don't want to do it, you ain't gonna do it no way. I give you all the game in the world, but if your heart ain't in doing what I just gave you, I can lay it out.
And
If
I
you
hate
don't
to
wanna
say
do it,
it,
you
but
ain't gonna do
I
it.
feel like culturally, when I say culture, I mean like black people. I feel like black people safeguard information like black people like sometimes have like that crab in the bucket mentality. Like they don't want to see the next person doing what they doing or as good as they doing. Because for some reason, I guess they feel like it's not going to be as fun or as good or popular, whatever the word I'm trying to find, if the next person doing it too. You know what I'm saying?
But why you think that? What does that stem from?
I think, man, you know, I heard something the other day. I'm just watching I'm surfing and shit, and I seen something about, the field nigga and the house nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody think the house nigga had it so good, but in actuality, the house nigga, especially the young ladies, they was getting raped every night. They was, what I'm saying? So, but that's the mentality that they put in us for so long, and you know what I'm saying? That shit, you can't get rid of that shit just instantly. You like that shit.
That be in their soul.
Yeah, that shit is in your soul. Like that shit is sold in you. But yet, you know what I'm saying, we got to learn to get it out. You know what I'm saying? And I think we are like with conversations like this and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that mentality, it's like your kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain white, the whole hatred thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit is learned behavior. Yeah. That shit is embedded in them from day one. You know what I'm saying?
If your daddy a bitch ass nigga, you liable gonna be a bitch ass nigga too.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Your uncle, your brother, your cousins, all
and then
that
shit
just a
keep
bunch
going.
of
You know what I'm
jive.
saying? So I think, I do agree with you that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times as black folks, we hold information or we hold shit back. But I believe, that shit is, you got to look at it from a bigger picture. That shit is it's stitched in the motherfucker from generation after generation. You know what I'm saying?
It got to be changed.
And I know we can't use it as an excuse, but it is a truth to it. You see what I'm saying? We got to change it. And we are. Right here. We change it.
I look at other cultures. I ain't saying necessarily us. I'm saying like if you look at other cultures.
Right.
The Mexican community.
Right.
Man, them folks gonna help each other.
They got
folks gonna work together.
They got a town everywhere.
But think about this though. Think about this.
They
haven't been through what we've been through.
Oriental community. All these folks, man.
But they haven't been through what we've been through.
True indeed.
They have not been enslaved.
Yeah, true indeed.
By a whole nother race. Mexicans, they ain't not been enslaved by nobody. The Chinese ain't been enslaved with nobody. They ain't been stripped of their motherfucking culture, their religion, their whole life, their truth. They haven't been stripped of that shit, so you can't really compare that to them. I know we do, but like look at the Chinese, and it's good to compare because we can learn from them people. But at the same time, we can't compare because our story is so different. For 400 years, nigga, we would take it from home and put it over here. You know what I'm saying? So that shit embedded in me. So I try not to say certain shit when it comes to black people and not want to hold.
But you give them some slack.
I try to give them some slack. I try to give them some grace.
Great. But that's a good way to change. That's a good way to change how the next generation grow, and then they still stand on. Yeah. I'm standing on my grandfather's shoulders.
Right.
My son should be standing on my shoulders. Right. So on and so forth. And so imagine if you share information with the next generation.
We get further and further away from what I'm talking about. From
that bullshit.
From
and that bullshit. They don't have to go out here and do all kind of bullshit to get a couple of dollars.
Man.
Because somebody like us done showed them, man, you could go
right over here
and do this right there.
You go make it right here.
Man, that shit a double-edged sword because, I'm going through some shit right now with my son. Like, nigga, you just want the quick money. Like, and it's like, you seeing that shit on the internet. That shit not like all that. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? But they want that money.
But
now.
you got to give him some grace because his story is
different
than yours. Or ours because he's in a different generation.
Like 2 Chainz
right
said.
Now, it's everything is now. Quick. Like nobody want to work 30 years to be successful when they 50. You know what I mean? Folks, they looking at people, and then you got the internet now. They seeing all this stuff, and then we all know that the internet ain't real. You know what I mean? So you see stuff on the internet, people traveling, having cars and stuff, money.
Right.
It might not really be their money, it might not even be their car. But they can actually fake where they at. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna pose a question to y'all though. Check this out though. Is it not the same thing when we were growing up and you seen a nigga pull up on the motherfucking block with the motherfucking car and that nigga flashing and shit and he got the 5 bitches on the car on the block?
Nah, cause you see
You seen it with your eyes. It's just on the internet though.
No.
Yeah, but the internet, we
But you
don't think
seen
you
it,
know
though.
it could be fabricated.
Nah, you saw him
Yeah, I
grind
know,
that.
but you seen it.
No,
I'm
you
just
saw
saying.
him grind
But to them,
that,
it's
though.
real.
But that's what
them,
we
it's the
that's
same
what
thing.
we
It's the
looked
same
up to.
thing.
We
Because they
looked
grew
up
up
to that.
in a digital
They
world.
grew
so
up in the
that's-
digital world.
That's their
and
reality.
yes, that's their reality.
They don't
And
know how to go outside and play.
But you know why he looked up to that? I
You
was
know what I'm
watching old boy,
Real talk,
Wallo, when he was saying, I don't know if y'all watched that interview, but he was talking about how they were asking him why he did the crime and shit when he was younger.
Right.
He was like, he did it because that's what was glorified. People used to respect the criminals.
Right.
He was
They
like, he would
expect
watch
Johnny walking
he
down the
would
street.
watch, everybody, the criminals come
Yeah.
through and everybody was like, hey baby, show them respect, show them love. They're like, they used to get more love. Niggas come home from prison, get more love than niggas come home from college.
that's true.
You know what I mean? And that's why I like that. Motherfuckers just
Niggas
shit,
niggas
it was just
respecting the
glorified.
scammer now.
What they had
You know
to, you know what I mean? Back
And
then,
they was having things. You know what I mean? You see the Cadillac.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you was getting money, you had to pull up and look like somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody go like, I'm gonna shop with such and such, man. You got a lack. You know what I mean? He pulled up with a Caprice, man. You
You
can't
see
pull
where
up.
your money going.
You can't pull up in a Geo thinking folk finna shop with you. Like,
That's
see
the
where
old
the money
saying.
going.
You know what I'm saying?
But
You
that
gotta
old
look like
saying
money,
come
man.
from fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you gotta look like money,
Faking
man.
it till they make it.
Yeah, but we could change all that with just sharing the game, dog.
Yeah.
Sharing the game.
But I think sharing is one thing, man, but it has to be some type of application, man. You know what I mean? They have to apply this stuff. And
So you can't do nothing
That's
about
what I
that.
said.
But no.
I can
We
tell you
can't.
exactly
We
how
gotta
to do
show
it,
them
but
how
if
to
you
apply
don't
it.
want to do it.
For
See what I'm
example, show them with example.
Yeah, but that's one thing. But I think it has to be a learned behavior. You know what I mean? Everything's repetition. You know what I'm saying? If I say, hey, man, this how you fish, it's going to just cast your line, you know what I mean, reel it back in, yeah. But then when I show you, it's like, okay, how you show me how to do it, now you try it. You try it, you're not going to get it the first time, or the second time, or the 10th time, or the 20th time. But what we got to do is stand right there with them.
Yeah, you got to
And I
hold their
think-
hand.
You see what I'm saying?
You got to hold these young niggas' hand.
But you have to, because they ain't like us. Like when we came
what
up,
you're saying.
it was more of an ego thing. Like, you know what, boom, he showed me, I'm gonna go out here and apply it. I ain't gonna need him to show me no more, because I want him to know I can do it on my own. But this generation, they like, oh no, bro, you got the whole man.
I tell my kids, man, this is one of the sayings I say to my kids, and that shit to my wife, to everybody. I say, a plan with no execution is just a dream.
Yeah.
And it'll stay that way. You see what I'm saying? So, my oldest son, I say something to him. I say, yeah, man, you trying to follow your dream, but it ain't. He gets upset with me. Not my oldest, but my middle, as he pursuing his career or his dream. And I'm like, yeah, man, but a plan with no execution is just a dream. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna support. It ain't gonna become what you want it to be. You see what I'm saying?
gotta
And
water
then,
that
you
seed,
move
man.
on
You gotta
it.
yeah,
water it,
right.
yeah.
And he moving on it, but I'm just like, I feel like it should
You
be
playing,
more.
you teeter
Right.
totter.
Yeah,
have
you know what I'm saying?
more results.
I need more results.
Sometimes you just have to stay
I
down.
need some more results.
Sometimes.
And
But
they all
you're
a little
absolutely
different
right.
too, because I grew up in a house with a real thoroughbred man.
Right.
So it wasn't my grandfather was a real thoroughbred and was a
was going to
leader.
work, nigga.
Yeah, you gonna get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then so that was almost like my cheat code. That was like my cheat code, because when I go home, like imagine a lot of my friends, they going home, single mothers, even if anybody there. When I'm going home, I got a real thoroughbred. He questioning you, he challenging you from the moment he lays eyes on you.
Right.
He engaging with you. So that really, I used to annoy me at the time, but now I'm like, damn, he was preparing me for all this
Shit. Yeah.
bullshit. Like, well, none of this bullshit
shit
don't
finna
bother
be
me. I can
real.
push through anything at this point. Like, ain't nothing. The fucking roof come down. You gonna be calm and make your way out of here.
Right.
That's because I grew up in the house with thoroughbreds, so I ain't had no choice but to become a thoroughbred. So therefore, I put the same pressure on my son. Like, dog, we not folding to the life problem. So it's hard for me to say, hold a nigga hand.
Right.
That's hard for me to say, like, man, look, I can show you how this go. Look, dog, this is the example how it go, and you can look at 1, 2, and 3. And if you tell me, but hold my hand and walk me where you time. But I don't got time to hold your hand because I'm too busy trying to still keep going forward.
But you got two reactions from that, though, and that's kind of where we at. If
No.
like I say, if you don't hold their hand and they don't want to do it, as soon as you turn around, they dropping it.
But I don't think
I don't
holding
know
the hand is
that
the problem. I think not,
It's
them
not in the
not
literal-
giving them the
it's not in the
information
literal
is the
sense.
problem.
It's not in the literal sense of holding their hand. It's just you got to stay on top of them like
I
your
know what you're
granddad
saying.
did. Yeah, you got to, hey, boy, come in there every 5 minutes. You doing what I told you? Oh, okay.
And
20 more minutes. You still doing it? Like, you know, you got to be on them.
Gotta apply the pressure.
Gotta apply the pressure. That's true. But you gotta want it at some point too.
I big up my kids, man, for following their dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? I really
You was a
do.
kid.
Right.
I big up them for following their dreams because you know I think it takes some courage to do it. And I big up my damn self because I feel like I have positioned myself
You have.
to put them in a situation where they ain't got to worry about a lot of things that we had to worry about.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And I think we all have done that with our kids. You know what I'm saying?
So we got ghetto people raising suburban kids. You know what I'm talking about? We ghetto kids raising
I'm proud of
suburban
that,
kids.
too.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Because now they should be living in better environment.
Yeah.
Because the environment matters. Environment is
real.
important because if you're in a better environment, you're getting better school and you're getting better hospitals, you're getting better grocery stores, you're getting better
in position to get that information.
get the information. That's what college is important
You
to
get
me.
less niggas dying in the gambling game because they done hit a nigga for a lick and a nigga get mad. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that's exposure to that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Less exposure, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, I'm super
access
proud of that
matters.
shit, man.
Access
Your
matters.
kids' friends, not just what they do, but
Yeah.
their parents. They
Right.
know, your daddy
mean
do
their
this,
parents.
Your daddy own the business. Okay, your
their
daddy do this, or your mama do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they able to see people, successful people, instead of just, you know, the
Just
everyday, the
exposure,
average.
man.
You know what I mean?
Exposure to something
Exposure.
that's
Exposure, yeah.
worthwhile.
My little nephew, first year in college, he come from the same environments that we come from, but first year in college, one of his friends' daddy owned 4-5 restaurants in New Orleans. So now he exposed to all of this. He exposed to business and hustling and grinding and making him happen, as opposed to niggas just sitting around bullshitting, dreaming.
Talking about doing it and not knowing how to do it.
So that's exposure is really important.
What do you do when they don't want to? They don't want like, you have a business and you try to bring them in. Like my wife, you know, we got a home care business. And she try to bring the kids in to be a part of it, but that ain't what they want to do. What do you do?
What can you
Let
do?
them live.
Hey, man, I had my nephew the same
You
way.
got to live.
He tell me, hey, man, you know, I try to give him the game. You know, R.I.P. Big Bro, his father wasn't gamed up as he should have been. You know what I mean? So I try to pass it to my nephew now. Like, hey, man, you know, when it come to women, this is what I experienced. You know, if you run into this is how you handle it. He tell me, hey, man, this is my life. I want to live it. Let me do what I need to do. I said, well,
Deep.
damn.
Yeah, hey.
He don't even
Let me tell
want
you
this
something.
guy.
I respect it though.
Let me tell you something I'm
But
big
at
on,
the same
man.
time, it rub you
But
the
he,
wrong way.
yeah, but he listening though. He
Yeah.
listening, but it's just
Yeah.
the generation, man.
Something I'm big on, and what I do with I try to build his mental. I try to be like, I'm a decision making. I don't know if you heard me talk.
Yeah.
I'm big on decision making. I ask him all the time, like if he goes somewhere,
Right.
you know how you usually say, tell the kids, hey man, be good. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey,
Be smart.
make good decisions, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
because
That
at
shit
the
cost
end
you,
of the
boy.
day, decision making is important, bro.
One
I
man,
used to
real.
tell my nephew older now, and he know he doing this thing and everything, but I used to tell him before I even had my own son, like, be careful of the decisions you make, the mistakes you make. People always say sometimes like, you know, it's okay, baby. You know, you made a mistake. It's okay.
Right.
But you make the wrong mistake, it will cost you your life. You know what I'm saying? In more than one way. You could
Speak
end up
on it.
going to prison. You can end up, you know what I mean, dying. So
Getting
everybody
something
don't
you can't
get
get
the, you don't get some mistakes you make, you don't get a second chance at.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
You know.
I just try to get him to practice making good decisions so it becomes a thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just do it.
It's
Start
second
now.
nature. It's
And the
second
older
nature.
you get,
Yeah.
you make good decisions in your life. You set yourself up for a better life.
You
Just
said-
making better and smarter decisions.
Like you
than
said,
the
like
rest of
like
you
hitting the
people, man.
baseball, like shooting the basketball, like goddamn, you know, throwing the football. You got to practice making good decisions.
I want you to practice.
You know what I'm
good
saying?
decisions.
Repetition.
That's how you, that's how
Nobody what I
you get
was
to
saying,
where you're going.
repetition, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Repetition, yeah, for
Be a
real.
great decision maker, like a great basketball player. You know what I'm saying? That should take you just as far. To me.
But to answer your question, man, how do we change that narrative of trying to make someone do something they don't necessarily want to do? You can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If money don't motivate a man, His bills might, because you know, you can have $400-500. Yeah, man, I got $400-500. I'm straight.
Right.
You know, you got $700 in bills. You like, let me get up. Let me go get some more money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So money don't motivate a man. His bills will. But he gotta still want to be a responsible individual and get his ass up and go to work and get some money.
Right.
You know, so you can't make no one do nothing. It gotta be in them, like he said, to a certain extent.
They say they used to say you're a product of your environment. I say you're a product of your choices. You chose to do that, man. We got too much information available to us.
Now, anyway.
Right now, I'm talking about right now. Yeah, you chose to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Right.
You know, so you're a product of your choice now. If I choose to eat a burger, I get a big belly. If I choose to eat salad,
it is big.
It ain't big as yours. Almost as big as yours. Yeah, yours.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to do all the scarf.
Not a lot of salad. Not a lot of salad.
Not a lot of salad. It looks like a lot of salad going on.
There ain't a lot of salad floating.
They're eating burgers. They're not eating salad. Not a lot of salad.
Paul's on eating birds, though.
You said
eating birds?
I said they're eating burgers.
Burgers, yeah, a whole lot of burgers.
Eating burgers. They're not eating salads.
Now, what you said, your life is a what now? Your life is a vacation. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So we supposed to look like this. You know what I'm saying?
Went through the mud. We here. We made it.
On vacation. Yeah, I'm on vacation.
I drank to that.
Who went to vacation and they come back a couple of pounds heavy? You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have a good vacation.
That's gonna be the excuse.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. Hey, I hope the people take that into. You know what I'm saying?
Our circle has got one of his words, a unique dynamic.
Man, it's really,
you know what I'm
it
saying?
really is. Really,
how we all us brothers came together and clicked up and you know what I mean. We do our
that's
thing.
what got me tripping. Like,
click tight too.
Yeah.
So
niggas will finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's B Smoke right there.
Yeah. So I was the first one to meet a long time ago. He said we was fucked up.
Oh, we was fucked up.
But I say, I don't know. I was just getting started. But yeah, I guess I was definitely fucked up. But
you say fucked up. What was your definition?
Yeah. What you mean fucked up?
Because at the time we was working a job that wasn't paying us shit, and
the economy was
the economy was fucked up.
It was a Barack.
It was a stepping stone. Like for him, he had been.
I had to own my own truck and all that shit already
before.
At the time. I owned the house at the time. Yeah. Because I remember I got the house 30 days in. So that shit became hard for a little while because, what the word I'm looking for? It was
challenging.
No. When Barack was the president, it was a
recession.
A recession was going. It was a recession. Nobody wasn't hiring. Right. No freight wasn't moving.
Shit, all the property had lost its value.
Everything lost its value. So it was ugly. So you had to really get it out the mud. And that's why I met Weezy in the mud.
And see, he had been doing that. I'm a lot younger than him. You know what I mean?
I ain't a fucking lot younger than you. What the fuck you talking about, man?
So at the time for me, I was just coming.
With the switch.
We just gonna say out of the street.
Nigga, 2 years younger than me.
I was trying
talking about he a lot younger.
Get myself
24 months.
So that was like my first job. Other than like a little mall job. First like real job or whatever. You know,
when I say fucked up, man, he was driving a Mercury, Mercury fucking Sable.
I might not want to talk about
At
that.
a rooming house. Working with an uncle. Oh, shit. All this fucking money. Come on, man, we were fucked up, man.
Yeah, it sounds like
I was young.
That sound like fucked up. Exactly.
That's how you set the stage. Now you telling the
You're
story.
talking about, I was at that time.
We was only 2 years younger than me, man. What you talking about?
2 years, but you about 7 years older than me.
He already told me he was sick too.
Right.
You understand?
But no, that was like, I hadn't had a job at that point since 2001. And that was 2009. So I called, to me, I was fucked up, but I was starting off. I was doing something good in my mind.
So you knew,
He made a downgraded.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I was like,
but to me, I was like, hey, I'm sacrificing. I'm gonna work this job. I'm gonna keep my head straight.
Right.
I'm gonna try to do something different.
I'm coming out these streets.
Yeah, I'm coming up out the street.
Coming up out the street, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna try to see how this thing go.
Right.
And so that's how that went. And you know, stayed down or whatever. I mean, of course I ain't there now. Moved on to
So y'all met on
better things.
Y'all met on the production line and just
Yeah, and we met over. You already know what we was talking about. Fucking sorry ass Saints and Falcons and Saints.
Oh yeah.
And then one day how he came.
You said it right, sorry ass
Yeah,
Saints.
I made him. That was wrong. And then,
Keep that.
so then how I became aware of you and him, because when the Falcons Saints game, you gave him the tickets.
Right.
And he told me about the tickets and me, him, and he told me, he said, man, I got a partner. Cause I used to always be talking about, man, we can do better than this, dog. This bullshit.
Right.
And he said, man, I got a partner who always be talking the same type of shit. You know, him a click tight. And he was talking about Jinx.
Right.
So me and Jinx met, and it just went on and on. I remember I met B Smoke. We was at the house. They was gambling. B walked in the house. He was still probably around Bunkses at the time, and he walked in. The first thing he said, "Who this nigga is?" We was like, "Oh, that's my partner NO right there." He said, "NO, I know he got a pistol on him."
Hey, man.
That's my introduction to man.
The good old days.
The good old days in the apartment, man. In the apartment.
That's crazy.
And we still clicked all these years. Done did all-
Shit, and linked up.
Linked up.
So in other words, you
I
felt
met
welcome.
Very welcome.
Smoke through
So
the
very
partner,
embraced.
Junebug.
R.I.P. my boy
R.I.P. my boy Bud. That's how I met
R.I.P.
B Smoke. He used to come over there. I used to be over there smoking with Bud.
That's what we was in.
And
That was another
goddamn,
life.
B used to goddamn come through.
That was another
You know
life.
what I mean? Yeah, that was another life.
Ooh-wee.
My boy Shaky, you know what I mean? Met him at the new gig. Well, it ain't new because
Yeah, we've been in a minute.
they done been now,
Yeah.
forever now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Free
But,
bands.
And
Free band gang.
and I met all these niggas from just putting together a little travel group.
For sure.
You know,
yeah.
just some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas with a little change that want to get out and stretch their legs a little bit. Next thing you know, we having functions at each other's houses and wives getting to know each
parties,
other and
Super Bowl
yeah,
parties,
Super Bowl
You got
parties
the
and
WN.
birthday
WA.
events going out.
Cabin trips.
cabin
You know what I'm
trips,
saying?
out of the country trips,
Out of the
you know
country
what I'm saying?
trips.
And
Why
a
we
lot
doing
of
it?
days,
We just
man.
gonna say the reason we formed what people may know as the NWA, which stood for niggas weekend away, was because
That's right.
I personally
That's right.
got tired of going to the strip club and just throwing my money away. Now I know somebody gonna feel hit, but
Somebody
gonna feel hit.
gonna feel some kind of way.
Hit dog real hard.
Yeah.
Dog real hard.
Come from the old school era.
And be unfiltered with it.
We go to the club, we pay $50, $100 VIP, $50 the par. You go in the club, you get balls, all this old bullshit. I'm like, man, this is old. Like, I ain't doing that shit no more. So now, I'm like, we going out of town with this shit.
Right.
We gonna move around.
We're gonna take this same munions. We're gonna take these same
I
munions.
was trying not
And
to
we
see.
going,
I wasn't shooting
we
at
gonna go to-
nobody
Ain't
specific.
shooting at nobody in
But they
particular.
show
huh?
is hit over there.
Dog gonna holler for sure.
Man, we,
Glad I
Hit
wore,
dog.
Strip club shorty, huh?
glad I wore my bulletproof vest.
But yeah, man. And that was one, I would put that on the list.
We literally have been around the world.
Yeah, that was a good decision
That
too.
was a good decision.
That was a
We
good
done had some
decision.
times
Oh,
where
Lord.
Stay out
We
the
literally
strip club
been around the
or
world
We've been
together.
traveling almost
What's the good decision?
I appreciate it.
10 years.
Man, just
About
man.
8 years we've been traveling. And
I wasn't able to make the initial trip. Y'all took, I think, where'd y'all go to? Jersey?
it was
DC, huh? Bullshit.
Yeah,
though.
we went to DC.
You was going to watch the stupid ass Falcons anyway. That wasn't no big deal.
Nah, man, we went.
Wait a minute.
We went
They
stateside.
already out of uniform.
We
with the
started out
check on them.
stateside, and then we started
where we
going.
divide and
we
conquer.
started
Yeah, we
using-
Divide and
started
conquer,
in the
huh?
states.
Yeah, we
and
started
then we
stateside,
expanded
and then we went
to different countries. Then we expanded to different continents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna change the name to the Move Around Group.
Move
now.
around gang.
Yeah, Move Around Gang. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm glad we all clicked up, man.
Damn,
And,
we went from working on a goddamn assembly line together to riding on a jet
going
to
to
Thailand on a jet.
Hello.
That's a big
Think
elevation.
about that.
Hello.
for a birthday.
You went to assembly line talking about going to pseudos.
Yeah, you couldn't even get a pseudo for that check.
Or going to the local goddamn, Bigelow's and shit. You know what I'm saying? All the way to motherfucking
For blocking off the whole club.
Assembly line to Instaboard.
It's the
But he was on this. I don't know. We both really had gravy spikes.
That was
in
grave the situation for you was willing to live like that.
But I ain't doing no work.
Yeah, if you were complacent, you could have rocked that out.
No
Right.
work.
It was on
Shit was
Amazon
crazy.
type shit. You could have rocked that out.
That is amazing.
Right.
That is amazing that he's been able to keep that up all these years.
What's that?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Yeah. You see, I know what he was trying to say. But you
got
know
to
what's
know.
so crazy? My mama used to say that. My mama done said that. She said, man, you lucky. Mama called me man, my family. She was like, you're lucky. You always seem to find them jobs where you don't have to work hard. And I was like, I done had some jobs.
Don't we know it?
I done had some jobs that require some work. But as you know, I moved on.
You moved around.
That's when the moving around first started.
Yeah.
You get into a job, you be like, oh, these niggas working.
Working hard over there.
Yeah. That's why I say it's amazing that you've been able to keep that up. Did you put that on the application? I choose not to work as much as others. Therefore, I think I'm the best candidate for this particular position. And when you saw it, was you like, oh,
This
man,
a nigga like
match
me.
made in heaven.
Yeah,
I gotta bring him in.
This nigga like this.
I gotta bring him in. So,
Niggas like
you
us,
know,
man.
and now the running joke was, I've been calling free band gang for a long time.
Yeah, that nigga boy.
Yeah, FBG for sure. But I also say, if shit ever hit the fan for me, man, if y'all hiring, let me know. Cause I ain't got no pride. You know what I'm saying? If I were to go ever go get another job,
That's where it'll be at.
I'm probably going. You'll probably be there about 20 years by then. You probably be still there on your way out the door.
Yeah.
Somebody got to fill the gap.
Yeah.
Look how crazy that is. Look how crazy and gravy that job is. We was in Bangkok. We walking down the street, and they like, look at Johnny.
Johnny.
Johnny
from the job.
Shit, though.
Nigga like, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all know him? Nigga like, yeah, he work with us. Nigga say, hell no, we need a job over there.
That nigga retired in Thailand. Yeah. That's where he lives.
Johnny from the job.
It's a small world, dog.
It's a very small world.
It's a
Nigga
small
like,
world.
how we walking down the street in Bangkok? Nigga like, look at Johnny.
To run into another nigga that did not earn his leisure, way on the other side of the world.
Hey man,
Listen.
listen.
He live out here. He here now.
When I swipe that motherfucker, I'm
Still got
earning
his
my
house in
shit.
Clayton County.
Hello.
When I just clock in, I'm earning. If I don't pick up nothing and put it from here to there, I feel like just me getting out my bed.
Just coming here.
Coming here. And, saying you
Gracing y'all with my presence.
Gracing
His
you
presence.
with my presence.
Yeah, I knew it was going
owe
though.
me.
Because I know you think you always gracing
Yes.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
It costs you.
It's going to cost you now.
It's costing y'all today.
Like your boy say. Birdman. Back in the day, he say, Shoemaker old school. He say, you ain't got to be there. You ain't got to work hard. You just got to be there.
That's real shit, man.
90% of it just showing up, bro.
Yeah, for
90% of anything is just showing up, bro. This shit is really not hard.
And the way the world's so fucked up, man. I was telling, who would I tell that to today? I was telling somebody else that it was for another reason. Cause I was just thinking like just how the world's so crazy, like with food. Oh yeah, cause I had to eat some fast food today. I was working, and I was like,
Oh, working.
Again.
yeah. Now see, when you work for yourself, you work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're working for sure.
But
Yeah.
I was just saying like, this little shit didn't cost nothing. It was cheap, but it's cheap because that shit ain't no good for you. I was like, you know what? I was like, salad should be $5. I wonder if everybody would eat salads if they were like $5 or a dollar bean, you were $5, or if you had to get a $12 salad. The shit is healthy for you. Shit is expensive. But that's the shit that we need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the
Hard
shit that
and
kill
expensive to
you,
eat healthy.
they get that shit to you damn near free.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's just one of the reasons why I think the world a fucked up place.
Well, while we got a minute, fellas, I want to recognize our sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Take the time to recognize our sponsors that's brought us here today. You know what I'm saying?
We shout them out.
Absolutely. Well, first I want to shout out Atlanta Treehouse.
Yeah, it is.
You know, they let us use that facility to bring this information to you today. You know what I'm saying? Now, once again, I want to tell you, it's 15 minutes from downtown, 15 minutes from the city. And if you're looking for a unique getaway or just a event space that's probably nothing like you've seen before in the city, this is the place to come. The next I want to say, what brought you here today, what brought you us here today, looking, you know, saying kind of dapper and everything and bright lights and everything, is God's Will Media. You know what I'm saying? They brought us to here today, and if you want any kind of production that's of excellence, that's who you need to reach out to. God's Will Media.
You too can look this good.
Absolutely. You too. You too. Hello. Can look this good.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some player situation, man. You know what I'm saying?
Believe that. You too can look this good. The next sponsor I want to say is a Passion for People Home Care. It provides home care giving services to our families and support that they need and their loved ones in the time of getting older, disabilities, and things of that nature. So if you need a companion sitter, if you need a light housekeeping, if you need just someone to sit there and, you know, say, make sure your loved one is seen about at an excellent level, a Passion for People Home Care is who you want to reach out to.
You did.
Also, we have Alpha Care Support Coordination, providing wraparound services also for seniors and adults and children. They provide services that assist individuals and families with their daily, minimum activities, from physical activity to their mental. So if you want to reach out to them, it's Alpha Support Coordination. And also, we have mobile ASAP Mobile Detailing. Now, these folks here, if you want A1 service, this is who you need to call. And I know, you know, some of us think that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, what about my car? I can just take it. No. If you want expert opinion, expert service, this is who you need to reach out to. You need to reach out to ASAP Detailing. And we also have Home Pro Care Services. If you want to, if you're in need of any kind of home care pro services, from restoration to
Kumans.
yeah, well, well, I guess we know who that is. But anyway, home care pro services. Man, when you want to reach out, you know, they from providing restoration to support care to all kinds of things, from just plain cleaning services to many other services. Home Pro Care Services is what you want to reach out to. And, you know, like I said, most of these things that I'm talking about, you can just type it into the website, one word, and it'll come up. So we appreciate that. We appreciate them for bringing us here today and, you know, supporting us and, you know, letting us provide y'all with these topics and information, this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
shout out to the sponsors, man.
yeah, shout out to the sponsors, man. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was dope, man.
I hope I did. I hope I did justice by them. You know what I'm saying? Because each one of them I have used, and I can personally vouch for each one of them. Not because I like them as a person, but because they has provided me with services that is A1. And I'm hard on them.
You know, it's funny. We talked about good decisions, man. What's some of the worst decisions y'all done made? And y'all like, man, anybody got one that they willing to share? Like the worst decision you done made?
You can't really see some of them on camera though.
Nah,
Yeah, I couldn't say
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. That's
Well,
why
I tell you
said
what
y'all
though,
have-
maybe we should take this topic to the next episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
That's a
could do
good
that.
topic. Maybe
We
we
get
should
deep
ponder
in that.
on that.
And figure out what we
Mine,
could
you
see
know
and
what
what
I'm
we can't see.
hold up.
You know what I'm
life
saying?
changed, man.
Yeah, let's give us
Hold
a
up.
minute. Let's give us a minute to think about that.
It
You
is
know what I'm saying?
unfiltered.
And bring that back to,
It's
to
unfiltered.
the next
We got an
episode.
editor.
And I'm pretty sure it's past the statute of
It's probably not.
limitations.
It's probably not. It's probably not.
Yep. Some of them
no,
things
probably
got a
not.
statute of
Never
limitations.
passed.
You gonna never be able to talk about some of this shit.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, next
Hey,
week
man.
for sure.
Yeah. Y'all tune
Make
in,
it
man.
juicy for 'em.
Y'all tune in next week. We got another episode of great talk, great conversation. And you know what I'm saying? We hope y'all tune in, man. You know.
I'm
gonna end this like this, man. You know what I'm saying? With my brother right here, man. You know, I wanna come back with two or three things, man. I wanna come back with trending topics, because I think it's a whole lot of shit in the news that we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from the little baby murder thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit was that's deep.
bullshit.
And yeah,
Whole
I think
lot
so.
of bullshit.
From the guy Robert Johnson.
The other Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson, the other Robert Johnson.
He be
The Robert
free
Johnson
over here,
being
baby.
convicted for 28 years and then getting out of jail for something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? All the way to the funny, I think, was Steve Smith. You know what I'm saying? Incident. You know what I'm saying? So listen here, man. Tune in. We're gonna talk about it, man, because absolutely. You know what I mean?
That's what we're gonna talk about. I don't think that's ain't Steve Smith's fault.
You know, it's really not. It's really
SS was just standing on business.
Just standing on business.
absolutely. Well, y'all tune in, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Y'all next
The
week.
little husband,
Hit
little
that subscribe
pussy
button,
nigga,
by
though.
the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we can't do this
Subscribe.
without you subscribing. Like and subscribe.
There you go.
Whatever, you know, all that.
Absolutely.
Hit the bell.
Turn your notifications on. You know what I'm saying?
That was all right there. We did good. All right. Shots out.